Hola, hola, ¿cómo están? Feliz viernes. Hello, my friends. Happy Friday. Carla here with Crabsy Carla. How is everybody doing? Say hello as you come in, my friend. I'm going to get my tablet super quick. There you go. Say hello as you come in, my friend. Today we are going to do something fun. We are going to use a Dollar Tree frame, and we are going to use one of these beautiful ribbon transfers, okay? These transfers, they are from Essential Stencil, and I'm super excited. I already used few of them. New reels are coming soon, but I already know which one I'm gonna use, but you're gonna help me. Hello, my beautiful Sheila. How are you, my friend? Happy Friday. Hola, hermosa. How are you doing, Sheila? Are you enjoying the weather? I know you like this kind of weather. Hopefully tonight is not too cold. Last night was too freezing. Hola, my beautiful Narita. How are you, my friend? Happy Friday, girl. Thank you for saying hello, my friends. As you come in, say hello. Let us know where you're watching us from. And also, I hope everybody's having a beautiful day. Let me know in comments, what are you doing? How was your day? It is Friday crafting day. So, you know, every Friday we do different kind of things. I always set up my days for different projects, and today it was a crafting day. So we're going to be using a Dollar Tree photo frame, okay? So we're going to make a beautiful Dollar Tree, we're going to use that to make something beautiful, okay? I'm going to try and finish on time, my friend. You know how it goes, all the steps that we have to go through so we can make something beautiful. But we're going to have so much fun. So I really want to inspire you. This is a frame, not from the Dollar Tree. This is from the store from $5. What's the name? Five Below? I think that's the name. Yeah, it doesn't have the name. Yes, maybe. It's the store that is $5 and up. Not the Dollar General, the other one. No, the other one. Five Below, I think. Five Below, but it's not Five Below anymore because now the prices are going up. Okay, so this is a beautiful frame. And we're going to use a transfer from Essential Stencil. Beautiful, beautiful designs. He is resin. That's the name of this ribbon transfers. Beautiful crosses with florals. And here we have more, okay? So I'm going to maybe use one of these 3 ribbon transfers because I want to use that for my photo frame, okay? I'm going to use bonding buds because I need to prime my frame. So I'm going to do from scratch. I didn't do nothing on my photo frame. So if you have questions, my friends, I'm here to help you. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you, my friend. Oh, my dear, I'm doing good, my dear. Thank you so much for asking. Today was a busy, busy day, but you know, I'm happy that I'm here with you all. I was looking forward to be here with you, my friends, but thank you for being here. Okay, so we are going to use bonding bus, okay? We're going to use the glass. So we're going to use Mod Podge later, but first I want to focus in with my frame. anybody here is crafting with me. Sheila, you got your boxes. Woohoo! Yay, my friend. Oh, my dear, I'm so excited that you got it. Yes, Sheila. Yes, my friend. You can always go back to the group and get that reference pictures, get that reference idea on how you can make your projects. But thank you, my friends. Thank you so much for being part of the CC Makers, my friends. We love you. I love you all having you there. So yes, my dear. Alrighty, my dears. So sprinkle the love for us and let us know how are you doing. Okay, so we're gonna use bonding bus. Anybody use bonding bus before? This is the clear one. I have two different bonding bus. I have clear one and I have a white one. Okay, so it doesn't matter. Well, depends what do you like. I'm using the clear one because that was the first one that I grabbed. But sometimes I use the white one. I'm gonna change the color of the frame, and I was thinking using texture, but you know what? I really like all the details, so I'm not gonna do much. Maybe I'm gonna paint it white or a little bit of a vintage white because I just wanna change the look, okay? But before you bring your paint, because this is plastic, and when you are painting it, sometimes the paint doesn't stick well. You have to use a primer, okay? So I like this primer. Sorry, my friend. Bonding bus works good for me. And you can always buy a small container if you're interested and see if that works for you. Okay, my friend? Bonding box is not box. Bonding box is good for anything. I use it for glasses. I use it for wood. I use it for this kind of materials, plastic, you know, for those fancy items that you find in the Dollar Tree or the thrifting store. I also use this for glass. Okay, for this kind of glass. What else? Anything. Trays. I use it for trays. I use it for some wooden boxes as well. So there's a lot of things that you can do with this primer. Okay, so you can find this primer on any maybe you can check in your area if you have a Dixie Belle store or Etsy, maybe Amazon. I know Amazon also is selling Dixie Belle. I'm not sure, but you can always look it up and see. But it is good to have a primer, especially when you are crafting, when you are doing projects, and you want to make sure when you're painting it, you want the paint to stick on your project, okay? So this is a good brand. There's other brands, but this is the one that I'm using, and I've been using for a while. Okay, my friends? So I'm going to get your comments. I see more friends hopping in. Thank you for greeting each other. Thank you, my friend. Hello, Sandra. How are you, my friend? Happy Friday. You are crafting, my dear. Yay! You're making resin items. Nice. Nice, my dear. Sheila, never heard of bonding bus. Yeah, it is a primer, my friend. I started using this maybe a year and a half. Before I used to use other primer from, what was it? From Lowe's. Okay, because they also have primers for paint. So I was using I don't remember the brand, but and then I find out about this. And I've been using Dixie Belle for years. That's how I start repurposing my furnitures, anything that, you know, I can flip, make it pretty, changing colors. And then I never thought of buying bonding bus. So I fell in love This is a good product, and I think having just a small container works good. I grabbed a big one because, you know, I like saving money, but also you never know how much you're going to use it. But maybe I use it, what? I use it a lot, but you don't need too much. You just need a small amount, and I still have a lot. You see? I like keeping the white thing on top because it helps to kind of like, you know, to maintain, and that way it seals good. So I never put that away. But bonding buzz works very good to use for before you use it for your paint, okay? Especially when you're working with chalk paint that is super thick and you need something strong to keep the paint on, okay, my friends? Hello, my beautiful Susan. Happy Friday, my dear. Good seeing you. Thank you for being here. I love seeing my girls saying hello to each other. I love it. I love it. Yes, my friends, sprinkle a love for us. Maybe you want to share with your favorite group or with your friends and family. Maybe they're getting inspired with this project, but we're going to make it pretty and we're going to make it also fun, okay? Alrighty, so we're going to work first with this, okay? So I have my bonding buzz ready, and what I'm going to do, my friend, is first I'm going to mix it up, okay? This is clear. It looks like it's white, but no, it's clear. The white is white, okay? I didn't bring my white one, but this is the clear one, okay? All right, I'm gonna just keep this one here. And let me get my brush. Okay, I'm gonna get any brush. This works good for me. And then let me put all the things. Okay, so now we are going to start priming. So we are going to prime our photo frame, okay? Because we're gonna use it for we're gonna change the color, and we're gonna use chalk paint. So you want your chalk paint to stay in here. So I didn't do this before because I wanna do it with you, my friends, but you can always do your priming in advance and then let it dry by itself, and then you can come back later, okay? But today, no, I'll wait for you girls. That way you can see me how I use my bonding buzz. So this is the clear one. So all the things that I'm gonna share with you, that is how I do it. Everybody has a different way to use, you know, paints, primers, maybe with different definitions, but this is how I do it, and I like this stuff, okay? You don't need too much. Again, you just need enough amount just to cover up your frame. You know, these frames, they have that shiny look, so it's super easy for your paint or for any other you know, thing that you want to put on it to fade it. So you don't want that. You want to keep that. You want to keep the look. So that's why you're going to prime your frame before. Okay? So now I'm just going over my frame. And then we're going to let it dry. It doesn't matter if it looks, you know, if it changed the color, If my frame looks a little bit kind of like sad, more cloudy, that's not a problem because we're gonna change the color. So I just wanna make sure I have my primer before I bring my chalk paint. All right, my friend, I see more comments. Sheila, my pleasure, my friend. You know you can ask me anything, and if I know the answer, my friend, I will share that with you all. Thank you, Narita. Hi, Cheryl Copeland. How are you, my girl? Happy Friday. Thank you, Sheila, for sprinkling the love. Thank you, my dear. Hi, Brenda, Austin. How are you, my friend? Thank you, my dears. Thank you. So how is everybody? How was your Friday? Are you having a good day? Any plans for the weekend? Share here with us, my friend. Anything that you want to share with us as well, just comment below. That way we can cheer up for you. All right, so we're gonna let it dry. You can always dry your frame, but I'm just gonna let it dry because I want to start working already with the glass. Okay, so we're just gonna put it on the side, and if it doesn't dry right away, I'm going to dry it. Okay, so I'm thinking the colors that I'm going to do for this project is, I want it kind of like a classic white. Okay, so I'm going for my frame, I'm going with white, maybe a little bit of gold. You know, gold is always an option for me. But the inside, because we're gonna use that transfer for the glass, I wanted something a different color. So maybe I will go with a brown color, but not too dark, a lighter brown. Okay, so we're gonna blend colors and get whatever color comes, we're gonna use that for the frame. So you always have to clean up your glass with alcohol. Okay, rubbing alcohol. So I have that. So here, so we're gonna clean it up before we bring the Mod Podge. So I'm gonna use this paper, put it down here because my table is a little messy, and I will tell you why it's a little messy. I've been well, I was waiting for 8 p.m. Yes, I was supposed to rest. I was supposed just to relax for a little bit, you know, because today was a long day for me. Well, I couldn't wait to do my life, so I was thinking, okay, what project should I do it? What should I, something that I can inspire my friends on Facebook, and then I start doing some projects using fine line crackles. Okay, so I was doing just few testings, you know, practicing in other projects, so I will show you. They're not done yet, but I want to show you and I want to tell you this worked for this. Oh my God, sometimes I can control myself. Even though I'm tired, but you know, we get excited. I get excited coming here and crafting with you, my friends. So thank you so much for being here with me. All right, so we don't need too much. We're just gonna clean up the glass, front and back, okay? So we're just cleaning up that way. We don't have any kind of like a greasy, sticky, you know, thing. So always, always use any rubbing alcohol you have. Clean it up and then let it dry. And make sure it's all clean. Be careful, this is glass. Okay, you might want to wear gloves if you are very sensitive with that. Yeah, be careful. Okay, so it looks good. And we put this away. Okay, your comments, my dears. Oh, Sandra, my pleasure, my friend, my pleasure. What are you gonna do with those resins, Sandra? Are you gonna use for another door hanger, or what do you have in mind? Cheryl, it is cold in Iowa. Girl, what's the temperature over there? Be careful, my friends. I know there's another snowstorm going up there. Be careful, be safe, my friends. Stay indoors. Don't go to the store if you don't need to go. Stay indoors, because I know it is dangerous. Super dangerous, my friend, going out, especially when there's a storm passing by. Alrighty, so for this, we are going to use one side, we're going to use Mod Podge, and the other side, we are going to use, we're going to paint it white, okay? So, or you know what? Let's see. Let me see. So the Mod Podge is going to help me to hold up my paint over my glass. Okay, so Mod Podge for sure. And then I am going with a creamy color. I still have to paint the back white, because if I don't paint the back, it's going to be transparent, even though I'm going with the lighter brown. So I always do white on the back. Okay, so we're gonna do that super fast, and I'm gonna use chalk paint. We're gonna use chalk paint. So first we're gonna do the back, and then I turn the other side, and then we're gonna use the Mod Podge. Okay. All right, here we go. So we're gonna use chalk paint. So this will be for the back. Okay, you can use acrylics if you have. You can use acrylics. In the past, I used acrylics too, so it works good. I use acrylics as well for my home decor, but all depends. I don't know. Sometimes, if I feel like using chalk paint, then that's when I grab my chalk paint. All right, we're gonna just bring one layer of the white color, okay? Anybody here love crafting with these frames? Dollar Tree frames, Dollar General, Five Below. Anybody here? Anybody here use frames a lot for your projects? Sheila, lazy day for me. Oh, my dear. Sheila, you're tired, girl. You're busy. Your family just left. You've been hosting everybody in your house, my friend. So it's understandable, my friend. You need to relax and then later crafting. But also when it's cold, you get tired so fast. I don't know if that happens to you, but that happens to me and my daughters. They're tired. They're tired. They're already in bed. So yes, I love the cold weather. It's just, you know, if you cannot handle cold, then I understand. But I like the cold weather. I'm not gonna say no. It's very cozy. You're staying indoors. You can do so many things inside. Watch TV, you know, crafting. So many things that you can do. Reading a book. Reading your Bible. That is beautiful. All right, we're gonna try this area super quick. This is almost drying. So I always move my heat tool, my friends, because you don't want just to warm up in one place, because you might going to crack the glass. So that's why you see me moving my heat tool back and forward. Okay? And I'm keeping a distance. I don't go too close. I keep a distance. Okay? So this is good. Okay? So here we have. So now, this area, this is the area that we didn't paint it yet. There you go, you see that? So this area is where I'm gonna use the Mod Podge. Because that way, when I use the paint for this area, the paint will stick in my glass, okay? But this is just a painted white because I want the color and the transfer that we use for here, the white would kind of like push out all the beautiful colors, details from the transfer, okay? So I did white. So now, let's see. All right, this is the clean area. We're gonna put this in the water and then get it back in a little bit. So first I'm gonna focus with my glass. Give me some hearts if I'm doing good explaining. You girls can chit chat, you can tell me anything. If you wanna share something with me, my friends, I'm catching up the comments. Yes, Narita, we have to stay indoors, my dear. Susan, it was cold in Pennsylvania too. Oh, no, Susan, that's too cold. Oh, my dear. Oh, Susan, stay indoors, my friend. Sandra, I'm trying to use mica powder, pigments in my IOD mold, then add that amazing casting resin. Oh, nice, Sandra. I have to use the mica powder for my molds too. I have those, Sandra, but I haven't used it. But Yuri, she's the one who inspired me to use mica powders because she creates beautiful, beautiful molds using the mica powder. So I have to try that. So that way you don't have to paint it later. You already, it's a pigment. So you put it in your mold, and then you start coloring. What colors do you want in your mold? And then you place your resin on top, you let it cure, and then when you're molded, you see the beautiful colors coming from there. So yes, I have to try that. I saw a video. I think she has a video, and I will share that if I find it. But yeah, you can do so many things with a mica powder. Yes, that is so cool. Yes, yes, yes. I use the mica powder for different things, but for molds, I haven't used it yet. I use a lot of frames that you thrift. You never find it. Oh, I know, same thing here in my area, girl. Same thing here. All right, my friends. So, my Mod Podge, where is it? Where is my Mod Podge? All right, it's hiding in here. Okay, so this is Mod Podge, my friends. So I'm just gonna do just one layer. Okay, one layer of this Mod Podge, and I'm gonna use a flat brush. Okay. Can you see it from there, my friends? Tell me in comments if you if my phone is good, if the audio is good. Maybe I need to speak up more. Hablar más fuerte. All right, we're gonna do just one layer, okay? One layer. All right, so we're gonna now dry. And then that is where I bring my paints. Let me get your comments. Sheila, you want to try mica powder. Girl, you are going to fall in love with those mica powders. Yes. I bought my set on Michael's, but you can buy it also on Amazon. Amazon, they have it. Sheila. Yes, Susan, they look neat. Yes, my friend. Nice, Sheila. You bought a beautiful Bible set. I love it. My sister gave me a Bible this year, and I love it. I'm thinking of painting just a cover, but no yet. No. I just want to keep it how it is because, oh, that's a special gift. So, you know, I love flowers. Maybe I can make it more pretty, but it's still the same, but I love it. I love my Bible. Hola, Carlitos. ¿Cómo estás? Buenas noches. Gracias, Carlitos. Hoy día estamos haciendo un cuadrito. Buena creatividad. Yes, Sandra, put a photo in the group. Yes, my dear. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, girl. Thank you for telling me that. Oh, the teal pumpkin. Remember? Yes, I used that for my pumpkin. Yes, yes, yes. Alrighty, so this area has Mod Podge. So now here comes the color that I'm gonna use for my glass, okay? So I'm done with my brush. I use a lot of brushes, my friend. Look at my brushes. I need to wash my brushes tonight. Hopefully I don't forget. Okay, so I'm gonna use chalk paint, white. Okay, I'm gonna use white. And then maybe a little bit more in case I need it. I've been using this white a lot, and Sandra told me this beautiful color, and I love it. So thank you, Sandra. Thank you, my dear, for sharing that with me, because I really like this color, white Adirondack. Beautiful white. And this one is from Folk Art, and I bought it on Michael's store. All right, I'm gonna use a little bit of truffle, okay, because I want a different color, because my frame will be white, maybe with a little bit of gold around. So we're gonna use the truffle, just a small amount. Okay, there you go, just a tiny bit. And I'm gonna put that on the other side. Okay, and this is from Weberly. Okay, you love the cottage white. Beautiful, right? I like that color, girl. I'm thinking already getting another one because I know I'm gonna be using it a lot. Okay, so now we're gonna mix it up, and I'm gonna use a big brush. Gracias, Carlitos. Yay, Sandra, I love it. Oh, girl, yes, tell me. Tell me, what do you think about your box? I'm so happy you got it. Thank you, girl. Thank you for telling me. Post it in the group as well. Thank you, my dear. Yes, 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 yes. That's why, yeah, when I saw it, the way how you use it, girl, I love it. All right, so here we go. White with the brown. We're gonna mix it up. Okay, we're gonna mix it up and we are changing the color. So I am not going with a darker brown. I'm going with a lighter color. Okay, so here we go. All right, so now we're painting the part that we already used Mod Podge. So yes, Sandra, you use frames too, right, my dear? All right, we're gonna dry this and we're gonna come back with more white. A little bit more white. So this is the first layer. Oh, thank you, girl. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you, my dear. Oh, my dear, my pleasure. I'm so happy you like it. Probably tomorrow, Susan. Yes, my dear. Remember the storm and the weather, all the stuff. All right, we're gonna try this. But be excited, my friend. Yes, it's coming soon, my dear. All right, so now we're gonna come back with more, a little bit more white. Okay. And yes, be careful, let it dry. You see, I touch it and then it wasn't dry yet. Be gentle when you're doing this, kind of like, you know, don't be rough when you're using your brushes. Okay. So now we're gonna come back on the frame and we're gonna let this dry for minutes. And I like give some different looks. So in some areas, I want it more lighter, maybe in the center, different color, but here we have, okay? So this is how I want it. So you have some white, so a little bit dark brown, more lighter brown. So that is how I want it, okay? We're gonna let it dry and then we come back. We're gonna move this to the side and we bring the frame. All right. Gracias, Narita hermosa. And don't forget, my friends, you're getting extra goodies this month. All right, so it's still drying, but we want to dry a little bit more, okay? So this was the, we applied the primer, the bonding buzz. We want to make sure this is all dry. As long as this dries, I'm good with this. doesn't matter if it shows more white, prime color, it doesn't bother me. We want to protect this area. We want to protect the frame, so we want the paint to stick on this. Any plans for these weekends, my girls? My friends, if I'm missing out your comments, I'm always coming back and replying back to you. Let us know how are you doing, my friends. What are you doing? Any plans for this weekend? Are you working on a project? Nara, do you finish working with your roses? With your paper roses? Girls, Nara sent me a beautiful pictures of her roses. Wow, I'm impressed. Narita, you have to teach us. Been telling you, you have to teach us how to do those beautiful, beautiful roses, flowers. All right, so this is all dry. Okay, so now it looks cloudy. It's not shiny anymore. So that's why you use your primer. Okay, all right, so now I'm going to use, let's go ahead and use that transfer before we decide what color I want for the frame. So I'm thinking this will be a home decor for Easter. So I really like this color. So I like this, okay? So these are rub and transfer from Essential Stencil. And if you're interested, if you wanna try or if you want to get this collection, it is available and the link is in my description, my friend, okay? When you use any of Essential Stencil Ambassadors, you get a 10% off. So if you use my link is, hopefully you can read it, yes. Yeah, can you read it? Sometimes I get confused. Yeah, happy 10 off, happy 10 off. You get 10% off on your purchase. Okay, but Essential Stencil is having a good deal this month. They are offering bundles for the rub and transfer. So every week they're offering different bundles. And those bundles, the price, because it comes in bundles, you know, in different collections. If you purchase a bundle, you automatically get $30 back. So you can use it for your next purchase. So, you know, spending $120, you know, minus $30, then you're saving money. So I really love using Essential Stencil rub and transfers because they're super fun. And I use it for my home decor and they work very good. So if you're interested, if you want to take a look, my friends, the link for the transfers is in my descriptions all the way on top of just comment here transfer, and when I finish here, then I will share with you my link so you can take a look. So we're going to use this one. I like the flowers, I like the color, and I think with my frame, like with my glass, it's going to look super, super nice. Okay? All right, so I'm thinking white because I want the classic white with a little bit of gold. Look at this one too, but this one is too, yeah, it's too small, my frame. And this is another beautiful one. Cheryl, you love this set of transfer. You're right, girl. They're beautiful, especially for Easter or any, like you can use it for if you do your home decors all year long. Okay, so we're gonna do white. So we're gonna use this color again. I was thinking adding I was thinking adding a texture, but no, I don't want to add texture because it has beautiful details. So no. All right, more of this chalk paint. So we are going with the classic white, and I'm gonna use my dauber. Okay, you can use a brush, but I'm gonna use this. And I'm gonna start first from the inside and then the outside, okay? Because those areas are the one that is a little hard for us to use it. So don't use too much. Always offload it. And am I gonna do 2 coats with this? I was thinking doing a different color, kind of like a black and gold. I like that too. But and then I want to have him white as well. So that's why I went white. But again, new reels are coming soon. And I'm hoping to inspire you with those reels. Just editing the reels, my friend, sometimes takes time. That's why sometimes I'm like kind of like late with my reels. All right, so now we're gonna bring the, anyways, I want to get the look, like a texture look for this. So that's why I'm using the dauber, okay? So first I'm gonna use this, and then I'm gonna use the brush so I can go into the small areas. And then come back if I need more. So right now I'm just working on this. I used one of the crosses with the Lord Prayer today. Oh, that's a beautiful one. I think that one I haven't used it yet. Oh yes, I'm saving that for a big piece, my friend. Oh yeah. And let me see, I can do this too. That way we're going to that small. And also, if you sell your projects, your home decor, if you do shows, a lot of people love buying this kind of home decor. So if you see a beautiful frame, don't think about it, grab it and see if you like it. Okay, so I'm just working into the small areas. Let me get a small brush. Maybe I use this one. That way I can speed it up and I can work fast. Just get into the small areas because my dauber is a little too big. And for real, I like the white look. It's very, very elegant. Let me know in comments if you do your home decor, if you like white. My home decor is kind of like a farmhouse style, and definitely when it's time for me to use white, I love it. I'm using the small brush just to go into those small beads. They have like a beads around and I like it. I need to go back to the Five Below and see if they have more frames. Okay. So now I'm gonna finish here and then come back with my dauber and then finish the outside. Look how beautiful. Look how beautiful is this, my friend. All right, I'm gonna start here. And then later I come back with my dauber just to add texture. Because using this, the foam, give the texture look. And I like that. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna get your comments just in seconds. Susan, I ordered these cross transfers. They should be coming soon. Yay, my friend. You're going to love it, girl. Yes, definitely. You're gonna be getting those soon. Central Stencil, they're always fast with their sending out their their products. Give me some hearts if you like the look. White. I like white. Very peaceful. Okay. All right, now we're moving to the other side. So we're gonna put this down. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna come back here and add more of this texture to the sides. Okay. And then this one. You can also spray if you have, you know, those spray pen paints, sorry. You can spray your frames, but I like just giving this look, just using your brush, and it's not hard. Okay, there you go. And we're gonna let it dry and see if we need more. It looks beautiful. Maybe you can find your frames already white, but it's not the same, my friend. You are just having a good time, thrifting, changing the look, you know, painting it. So this is definitely fun. Okay, let me get gracias, Narita. Thank you, girls. Thank you, Susan. Oh, girl. Oh, Sheila. You're funny. Sheila, you love the white frame. Isn't it? It's beautiful. I love it too. And that was the first coat. And then we're gonna do the second one, and it's going to have more of the white color. So this is cut white from Folk Art. So we're gonna come back with more. Hello, my beautiful Marilyn. How are you, my friend? Happy Friday. Feliz Viernes. All right, we wanna make sure this is all dry. And then my glass looks good. There you go. We're gonna dry a little bit more. And you can always, you can seal your glass and then bring your transfer. You can add your sealer, or you can bring your transfer and then you can seal that. So maybe that way you can see me. I think I have my top coat here. Maybe I can seal that. We'll see. All right. So here we have, okay, white. So it needs a little bit more white. So now this time it's gonna be more faster because we already have the base coating, the white. So now we are just adding texture and more details. And then if I decide, I will come back with more, with a little bit of gold. Maybe not. Okay. So here we go. Tap, 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 tap. That's how you get a texture look. Tap, 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 tap. And that's why I use chalk paint a lot. But you can use acrylics and you can add texture. I use, for texture, I use baking soda. Baking soda gives me a beautiful texture and it works good with acrylics. Okay, here we go. Tap, tap, tap. And then we're gonna finish the sides because you have to do everything. That way it has the, you know, clean look. It looks even. And nobody will tell that this frame was from Five Below. Let me tell you. I don't know if you go shopping to Hobby Lobby or Michael's a lot, but I was looking at their frames and they're a little pricey. Beautiful frames, photo frames, but they're pricey. It was, I think the small one, it was 10 and up. I was like, oh my goodness. I don't think I can pay that much for a photo frame. Okay. So, all right, so now we're gonna try this quick. Thank you, Sheila. How are you, my friend? Marilyn, you're working, my dear. Oh, my dear, sending you hugs, my friend. Do you have to work all night? All right, we're gonna dry this quick, and we are almost done. And then will be the transfer. And then I'm gonna show you the previous projects that I was working on it, that I'm going to be sharing with you. I like the crackle, the fine line crackles. I like that. It gives a beautiful look, and I like when you use for your frames, but I wasn't sure if that would work for glass, and it did work. And also I wasn't sure it would work for a cardboard paper. It did work. It worked, my friend. So I will show you that in just a little. We want to make sure this is all dry. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you, my friend, for the stars. Appreciate it, my friend. Yep, Sheila, that is correct, my friend. Nobody would tell that this was from the Dollar Tree. Yep. And it is super light. Super, super light. Look at that. Look at that. What do you think? Do you like it? Give me some hearts. It looks so beautiful. Super beautiful. So if I use gold, maybe I use just a little bit on the top, or maybe I use a different metallic. Look at that. Yes, Narita. Yes, you can do so many things with these frames. Definitely. Sheila, I used to buy from Totally Dazzle, but I don't know their store except Amazon. Maybe check Amazon, my friend. Alrighty, so we're gonna give a quick drying here, and we're gonna seal this, okay? We're gonna seal this. Okay, so look at that. And let me see how this look. Oh yes, look at that. And then with the cross, so beautiful. All right, before we move forward, we want to make sure this is all dry. Okay, I'm going to get my top coat. Okay, this is clear gloss from Dixie Belle. And let me go ahead and open this. Okay, here you go. So I use Dixie Belle clear gloss. Okay, so we're going to apply the top coat because I want to protect that. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't do it. but today I'm gonna do it that way you can see me how I do it. Let me see. I am gonna use another clean brush. I'm always using brushes, which is good. And now we are gonna apply the top coat. And I like gloss. I like the gloss look. But if you don't like the gloss look, you can always get the satin or the matte look, okay? All right. We're going to let it dry and let me show you. So now this one has my top coat. Okay, it's going to dry. We're gonna let it dry. And let me show you, my friend, that I've been doing when I was waiting for today's live. Okay, so look at this cute ducky. So this is a glass, okay? So this is from this small frame, okay? So what I did is I want to test it out if my fine line crackles, okay, that part 1, part 2 works for glass. And yes, do you see that the fine line crackles? Do you see that? Give me some hearts, comment below. So I did the same thing. Well, I didn't paint it white, the back, but I'm going to do it. I did the same thing. I paint over, and then I seal, and then I brought my transfers. So I will use a small amount of wax or mica powder so you can see the lines, okay? Do you see it? Okay, there you go. Okay, so the fine line crackles, yes, works for glass, my friends, okay? So now, I did a reel, how I can do this, so you will see the reel soon. But look at that. Okay, there you go. You see the lines? There you go. But and then I was thinking, okay, what happens if I don't have a glass? Okay, what else can I use? Because I haven't used some glass, then I use the cardboard. This is the back of that, the back part. Of course, my tape. It's okay, we're gonna paint it black again. And then I use the cardboard, the one that comes here on the back. And now it has the cracks as well. The lines. Do you see the fine lines? Okay, so it works as well. It works for cardboard and it works for glass. Okay, so keep that in mind if you want to try your fine line crackle varnish. Okay, so part 1 and part 2. Okay, my friends, so we're going to get the mica powder because I think the mica powder looks good. So here's my mica powder. This is from Collections, Recollections. Oh, now, let's see what color can I use. Copper or bronze. Maybe I go with bronze. You can go with a lighter color of black nowhere. I have rose gold, brick red, sienna. I like the sienna. Okay, we're gonna try just a small amount of bronze. Hi, Kathy. How are you, my dear? Happy Friday. Thank you, my friends. So yes, my dears. So your fine line crackles work for cardboards, okay, and for glass, okay? There you go. Hopefully I get this real soon. That way you can see how that works. Okay, so here we go. So we're gonna use the mica powder from Recollections. I bought this on Michael's. Look how beautiful this color. Okay, so we'll see. I'm just gonna do a small test and then I'll finish later with the video. Maybe I use, hold on my friends, I need something soft. Maybe I use this. All right, we're just gonna do a small corner. Okay. All right, let me show you. We're just gonna place here. And look at that. Do you see this? Do you see that crackle? There you go. Okay. You only need a small amount, my friend. Look at that. Can you see it from there? So now with this look, your project is going to look, it's going to have a porcelain look, a vintage look. You see that? Okay. So if I continue going, look at that, my friend. You see that? Okay. So yes, my dears, try something new. I love it. I like it. Okay, so this is with the cardboard, the back of the photo frame. Look at this. Let me see if I can put it there. Okay, there you go. Okay, so I'm gonna finish this later, but I want to share this with you, and then we're gonna do this one as well. Just a small amount, and we're gonna do it. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna do it right here. There you go. I'm using the mica powder. I have to look. I have to look, because if not, it doesn't. There you go. There you go. It looks so beautiful. You see that? Okay, my friends. So now my ducky, it has the porcelain look, smooth lines, the cracked lines. So beautiful. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you so much, my dear. And then when it's done, I'm gonna paint the frame. I'm gonna change the look, but then my background will have those fine line crackles. Okay? So that is what I was doing when I was getting ready for you, my friends. So here we have two small projects. All right? So you can give it a try. All right, my friends. So we're gonna move forward with our project, and we're almost done. So we're gonna put this back here, and I use the mica powder. Thank you, thank you, thank you, my friends. And all these are the colors of my mica powders, different colors. Okay. Alrighty. So we're gonna continue. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, my friend. We're gonna continue. Make sure we dry this quick. I need some water. Okay, now we're gonna dry quick. And just one coat is fine. The mica powder, in my opinion, it works on anything, on everything. Yeah. So I use it for molds. I use it for any surface that is already finished, painted. I always use it in the last, that is my last thing that I added on my projects. You don't need to use glue. It's powder. Just use a small amount. It happens to me when I use it a lot. I mean, it looks beautiful, but you don't want it too much. You have a long way with this. You have a long way to use this, okay? All right. We're just gonna make sure this is all dry. So we can bring our transfer. And just bring the gold and we are done. Maybe we can bring the gold. I don't wanna rush the glass. All right. Or maybe you can use the mica powder too. Now that I have it here, let me see. Let me see what color. What color should I use for my frame? Copper, sienna, brick red, silver, rose gold. I like the rose gold. I think I'm gonna try the rose gold. Look at this. Okay, I think I'm gonna try the rose gold. It goes with the colors of my transfer. The mica powder sticks on anything, Sheila, on anything. I don't have to apply a glue, nothing. All right, so we're gonna use the rose gold. I haven't used it. Let's see if I have a smaller brush. I'm gonna use this one. I like using a round brush. Okay. If it's too light, it won't show too much. Yeah. With the white, it doesn't show too much. I need to use a darker color. I need to use a darker color. So rose gold, no. Maybe the bronze shows more. In molds and resin. I haven't tried, well, I tried when my molds they were finished, but I heard you can use it before you use your resin. Okay, so we're gonna use this and then I will come back with some more details. Okay, we're just adding some accents. Definitely my gold is coming because I wanted to show more of this area. It is super, super light. I don't know if you can see it from there. It is super, super light. Okay, I'm gonna get my gold and but I also have Bronze Age. Maybe I can use that too, the Bronze Age. I think we're gonna use the bronze. So I have the look with my mica powder underneath. Very soft. I'm not going too much with this. Okay. Look at that. Okay, now that I'm doing it, I'm gonna do at least the whole thing in here. And then if I need to add more, I will add more later. I like the Bronze Age. Okay. Look at that. Okay, my friends. Is that mica powder? No, my friend. This one is a metallic wax. Yeah. The mica powder, I try to use it. It doesn't show too much. It's very soft. But usually the mica powder I use it just to give kind of like when you have some crackle or when you have just to give that final touch-ups. But no, this is the metallic. Okay. All right. I think it's going to look good with my project. Okay. Still wet, of course, because the weather. We're gonna dry this quick and then we are almost done. Of course, my friend. I want the center to dry. My friends, sprinkle the love for us and hashtag replay if you're watching this later. Okay, so here we go. So this is my transfer, okay? I always warm it up, the back of my transfer. You don't have to, but I do this the way my transfer sticks well to my glass. Okay, so I want it in the center. Okay, here we go. We're gonna varnish it. All right, now I'm gonna focus with my transfer. So I'm gonna be patient. Sometimes when you rush it up, all right, we'll see. No. Let's see the other side maybe. Okay. Yeah. So yes, I had to let it dry my glass more time because of that the sealer. Yeah, it's not releasing the paper super quick, and I don't want to make a mistake. Maybe I can warm it up more. If not, I'm gonna let it dry, and then I will show you later because I don't want to rush it out. I don't know why did I put the top coat. I don't like adding the top coat, but it's okay. For this one, I didn't use the top coat. I know, Sandra. Yes, I know, my friend. Well, sometimes we have to be patient, and especially when you're trying to do everything fast. Yeah, but it's okay. Later, when this is all done, I will show you. But I don't want to rush I don't want to bring the paint back because it looks so beautiful. Yeah, it's the top coat. Definitely, it needs to dry more. Yeah, because I touch it and some areas is still a little bit wet right here. And it's because of the weather. Yep. And if I continue bringing the clear paper back to me, it's going to bring the even to the bottom. The bottom part is releasing good, but it needs to dry more. Let me see. It is releasing. Yay, it is releasing, but I think in the center is where, okay, it's releasing. All right, let me show you, my friends. All right. It is releasing, okay? The transfer is here. It's just the center of the glass. It's not all the way dry. But it's okay, my friends. I'm gonna let it dry this, and then later or tomorrow I will show you the final look. Well, it's releasing. I'm still working on this. It is working. And maybe add a little bit, I'll add some cracks, some lines in here. We'll see. Okay, it's releasing. Woohoo! Look at that. You see that? Alrighty, my friends. No, until the top coat dries. Yeah, the top coat has to dry, my friend. Yeah. So I let it set the transfer. Yeah, it won't happen. Like, everything will be the same. Honestly, I use my top coats, but for the end. I don't use top coat and then I use my transfers. Look at this. Yay. Hi Cheryl, how are you, my friend? Yes, hashtag replay, my friend. Hashtag replay. And a few more minutes. If we're almost done with this transfer, I apply a top coat. Usually I don't do that. I always use my top coat until it's all ready to be sealed. But then I didn't think that because of the weather, my studio, it's a little hard for the top coat to dry. So it's taking time. But look at that, my friends. It is releasing. Okay, it is releasing. Look how beautiful it's going to look with the Dollar Tree frame. Okay, look at that. Okay, so I will take a picture when it's all done, and it's going to look super nice tomorrow. Okay, I am still working. I am able to release my transfer. I am just working in small sections. That is it. Finish it. Okay, I don't want to keep you here for too long. So you want to see the final look, my dear? Thank thank you, my friends. I don't want to keep you here for all night. I mean, it's releasing, it's releasing. Give me some hearts if you want me to stay here until I finish with this transfer. Ah. Patience, 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 my friends. Hashtag replay. Let me know, what do you think about this transfer, about this project? And if you like the Dollar Tree, if you wanna try one, you can use transfers for your frames. You can use rice papers. You can use napkins. I'm gonna warm it up. Okay, I'm halfway. Thank you, girl. Thank you, my friends. I appreciate you girls being here. You're so sweet, Narita. Gracias. We'll see, my friend. Okay, let's see, let's see. All right, we are still moving, working on those small pieces. And I knew it. I knew that my top coat was, it didn't dry well, because when I touch it, I felt it. So you have to let your top coat, if you use any sealer, to dry before you do something else. Okay. Okay, so beautiful. It's coming along, my friends. And you can use this transfers on wood. Okay, it's just the top part. The top part is the one that is giving me headaches. It's hard time. It's getting me hard time. So, look at that. Okay, so it looks so beautiful. It looks so, so beautiful, my friends. So I'm gonna continue working with this. I don't want to keep you here no more longer, my friends, because it's, you know, it's time to relax, time to, maybe you want to watch TV, do something else, but I'm going to let this dry, and then I will come back and finish removing the backing paper. Yeah. I don't want to continue pushing it because I know what's going to happen. Okay. All right, my friends. Lento pero seguro. Sí, Carlitos, pero tiene que secar bien. So, yes, my friends. So, you see the transfer works, but it's just I applied the top coat. I didn't dry that very well. That's why it's taking me a little harder on the top, okay? So, make sure when you use your top coat, I use Dixie Belle. Make sure it's all dry before you apply your transfer. Okay, my friends? So when this is all done, I am going to come back with more Dixie Belle and I'm going to seal the whole thing. Okay? So just so you can have an idea, because I know you guys been waiting to see the final look and I know my transfer is not helping because I use a top coat. It's okay. Just, there you go. Okay? So here's my Dollar Tree find and we change the color. We use a beautiful transfer from Essential Stencil. I use some metallic wax. This one is Bronze Age, just to give some soft touches. A little bit more, kind of like, you know, a little bit elegant, unique, okay? Good night, my friends. Thank you, Narita. Thank you, my friends. Thank you, girls. Thank you, Sandra, Sheila, Carlitos, Narita, Cheryl. Thank you, my dear Susan. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, everybody. Diana. Thank you, my friends, for stopping by. I will finish this later, but definitely it turned out beautiful. Look at that. Looking forward to showing you the final look tomorrow. All right, my friends, have a blessed night. It was nice chit-chatting with you. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe, my friends. Stay warm and cozy. Bye-bye, my friends.